Hi again. We're working on our AutoCAD series again. I'm going to get back into it, and we're going to do exercise 10-2 from our exercise book. Now, first off, I'm getting rid of the grid because it's not going to help us what we're doing, and I'm going to zoom in on this and get it shown on our screen. Now, this drawing is actually meant to be a sectional view. One of the things we do need to make sure we know on this is the shape the sectional view is supposed to take. So, looking at it and reading through the directions, this is drawn, if I remember right, to a half scale. So what I've got to do first is basically go in here and set up my polylines. So I'm actually not going to follow the book exactly word for word because all the information I need is pretty much right here. So in fact I need to change that from a phantom line, which is defaulting to an object line. Alright, so we're going to draw all of our object lines in right now. Okay, this is the base of our piece right here. It's this thick. Okay, it has a sloped surface that ends there, starts right here, and then this is the counterbore going through the middle of it. So now I just got to figure out how far that sticks out. Well, if I'm reading this right, it's 1.6 inches, but according to our information in the text, yeah, it's at a half scale. So there it is. So everything's drawn to half scale. So I'm just going to draw my line in from here to here now. So these lines right here were all sacrificial. You can just go in and clean life up. Now I'm just going to make a line that comes off here, down, and this one actually goes all the way through from that quadrant. And then our center line right here. Okay. So this is supposed to be 1/4 inch deep, which means it's an 1/8 inch deep. And then it's going to run straight over and into our center line right there. Oops, I didn't do it correctly. Line, and this straight in, 0.125. Straight down, 0.25. Alright, now I just got to do some trimming and I'm good to go. I'm going to actually get rid of that line. And I'm going to mirror. Oops, trim this first. Trim that off. And trim that off. This line right here we do not need. Okay, then I just have to go with mirror, MI. Select these lines right here, around the center point right there. And then I'm actually going to delete one of them, trim the other one, and remove this center line for a moment. Okay, and then I'm going to double check and make sure I get a quadrant line that goes all the way through. And then trim at this line here, this one, and this one. And then I've got to put in my holes. Well, in this case, that hole is going to come off the quadrant here, through there, and come off the quadrant right there, all the way through there. Trim it from this line here, off here, and then mirror that part over, mirror this and this around the midpoint of that. There's my shape. Now, got to do a couple things here. I need to put the holes that go all the way around this. There's only 3 of them. So I'm going to go array, A-R-R-A-Y, select the object, unselecting. I'm going to tell it to do a PO for polar. Center's going to be here. And I really only want 3. Alright, and the angle between them, it's trying to think for me. I love it when it does that. The angle between them should be, if I did my math right, 120 degrees. Well, that didn't do it right. That's what it says in the book, too. That's the funny part. I'm having one of those moments of, what is it doing? Let me back up and double check that, but that is what I have in my notes. It's 120 degrees between them. Well, let's cheat it then. We're going to erase. We're going to explode this. We're going to erase this one circle right here and mirror this circle around this midpoint. There, all better. Alright, now I'm going to change my layer to my hidden, or to my hatch. I'm going to go hatch. And I'm simply going to pick in this box, this box, this box, and that box. And I'm done. There's my part. Doesn't take very long. It's real simple. Thanks for your time.